Today was the first day of 10th grade. I was excited to enter the class when a boy tripped my foot. I fell forward. Luckily, another boy caught me. When I looked into his eyes, my heart skipped a beat. Everyone's loud laughter pulled me from my daydream. I was both embarrassed and angry. I awkwardly scratched my head and quickly ran into the classroom with my cheeks burning. I'm Viva. Please like and subscribe to this channel before listening to my story.
Hi, can I sit next to you?
I looked up. The boy's smile and warm eyes stunned me for a moment. Oh, okay.
I'm Henry. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Viva. Thank you for helping me earlier. Henry and I met like that. Henry was smart. At the same time, he was caring. Being with Henry, I felt happy and at peace. It was the first time someone made me feel this way. Henry was very good at math. On the other hand, I didn't like it at all. Whenever we encountered something related to math, my mind spun like a pinwheel.
No, you can't solve this problem like this. You have to do it like this. You did it wrong again. Here, let me show you.
Each time, I just scratched my head and smiled sheepishly. Look, wasn't Henry's face handsome when he focused on math's problems? His beauty drove me crazy.
So, did you get it? Is there anything else you can't understand?
I get it. Thank you.
Your handwriting is stunning. How can you write so fast, but it's still so beautiful?
That's probably my talent. Why don't you take notes?
Well, because I'm lazy. How about you help me do it?
I gladly accepted the invitation. I tried to make every word beautiful as I took notes for Henry. Our relationship was becoming closer and closer. Outside of school, Henry and I would go to the movies, hang out, or eat together in our free time. Hey Henry, do you like this band? How about going to their performance tonight? It's going to be fun.
I'll go with you if it makes you happy.
The concert was right next to a river. The air was very cool. Henry and I enjoyed the music. The audience was getting bigger and bigger, making us stand closer and closer together. People jostled and cheered all the time. Henry covered me with his arms, keeping a stranger from bumping into me.
If you don't mind, take my hand. Otherwise, we might lose each other.
I happily held Henry's hands. At that moment, I discovered that I was already in love with him. I waited for Henry at the school gate. It was almost time for class to start, and he still hadn't arrived. I was so anxious. I breathed a sigh of relief only when I saw Henry running up.
Hey, Viva, why aren't you in class yet? You're going to be late.
I want to wait for you. Why are you so late today?
I overslept.
We smiled at each other and ran into class together under the scrutiny of our friends. Are you and Henry in love? Oh no, I'm not sure either. I don't know if Henry likes me that way or not. Right now, we're just friends. But you like him, right? Yeah. Wasn't that Henry? I secretly walked over, intending to scare Henry from behind to startle him like we regularly did. Before I could scare him, I was dumbfounded when I heard Henry speak.
No, don't get it wrong. Viva and I are just friends.
Normal? Friends don't look that close. Are you trying to trick me?
I'm telling the truth.
I laughed sadly. So I was just a friend in Henry's eyes? Nothing more? I thought our relationship was more, but it was just a dream.
Viva, why do you look so sad lately? What happened?
It's nothing.
Did I do something to upset you?
No, there's no such thing.
Stop denying. I have this candy here for you. Don't be sad anymore. You don't look good right now.
Do you mean I'm ugly?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you'll be very pretty if you smile.
Looking at Henry's mischievous smiling eyes, I couldn't continue to be angry anymore, but had to laugh out loud. So we laughed and returned to be happy again. Many girls in my class adored Henry. Whenever I saw Henry being close to them, I felt uneasy. Hey, are you jealous? There's no such thing. Stop teasing me. I can see the jealousy written on your face. I think you should confess to Henry. If you wait too long, he might become someone else's boyfriend. Nellie patted me on the shoulder and laughed. What she said was not wrong at all. I had to find an opportunity to confess to Henry instead of waiting for him to say he loved me. I couldn't concentrate during class because Henry didn't go to school. My heart suddenly felt hollow looking at the empty seat next to me. I missed him. Nellie, can you come to Henry's house with me after school?
What's wrong? He's only been absent from school for a day. Do you miss him that much?
You're making fun of me again. So, Nellie and I went to Henry's house. Seeing me, he was delighted.
I only have a slight fever. Tomorrow I can go back to school.
Yes, that's the spirit. Otherwise, someone will go crazy because they miss you.
I frowned and glared at Nellie.
You two catch up. I need to use the bathroom.
With that, Nellie left, leaving only Henry and me in the room.
Hey, Viva.
Henry! We both sheepishly smiled when we met each other's eyes.
Do you have something to say?
Actually, I like you. I was so worried when I found out you were sick. Would you be my boyfriend?
Idiot. I like you too.
Henry smiled warmly and patted my head. Then, he placed a kiss on my forehead. I probably couldn't forget this happy moment for the rest of my life. Henry and I stuck together like glue. Everyone in the class knew we were a couple. Despite being teased by my friends, I was afraid to show my love to him. But, after a while, Henry suddenly turned cold towards me. Please, help me to solve this problem. I've been trying and still can't.
Use another way. I'm busy with my homework.
What's wrong with you lately? Are you mad at me? What did I do wrong?
I said I was busy. You're too annoying.
Henry took his notebook and left. My chest suddenly ached. These days, I was sick. I'd been coughing constantly, but Henry didn't care about me. Not a single question. Even though he was sitting right next to me, after school, Henry left first, and I followed behind. Before, we used to text and call each other often. Now, my messages weren't responded to. I was sad and could only cry. I didn't understand why Henry was so cruel to me. Hey, Henry! Henry, wait for me! I want to talk to you.
Your girlfriend is calling. What girlfriend? You guys go ahead. See you later.
Why are you treating me like this? Explain.
It's just that I don't think we're compatible. Let's break up.
Incompatible? What do you mean?
I want to focus on my studies. Love is boring and pointless. We're over. From now on, don't bother me.
You! Henry walked away coldly, leaving me alone in the empty courtyard. When Nellie found out, she constantly comforted and encouraged me.
How about we go to the movies tonight? This movie is super popular.
Nellie and I entered the cinema early, while sipping my favorite drink. I was surprised as Nellie kept pulling my arm.
Viva, look, isn't that Henry? Who is he with?
I squinted my eyes. It was Jenna. They were holding hands lovingly. I couldn't take it anymore. I immediately stood up and ran to them. Henry, you're so cruel. Is this why you want to break up with me? You said you wanted to focus on your studies. So why are you holding Jenna's hand so closely now?
Okay. Let's stop pretending. I love Jenna. I don't love you anymore. You're annoying. Jenna, let's go. It's almost movie time.
It pained me to see the two of them hand in hand. I turned and ran away, leaving Nellie calling my name repeatedly. Since then, Henry and Jenna acted like strangers. He moved to sit next to Jenna. I wanted to explode when I saw them being intimate with each other. Finally, summer vacation has arrived. I no longer have to suffer them. I locked myself in the house all day long, licking my wounds. Many times, I missed Henry so much that I could only cry. I told myself to forget about him, but I couldn't. Everything went on like that until one day, when I was reading on a book on a familiar swing, a ball fell from the sky and hit my head. Ouch! I angrily picked up the ball, looking around and searching for its owner.
Excuse me, but can I get the ball back? It's mine. I accidentally kicked it too hard, so it flew over here.
Did you know that you kicked the ball right into my head? There is no way I will give you ball back. Now, this ball is mine.
I didn't mean to. That ball's important to me. Please, give it back to me. I just moved here. It's the only souvenir between me and my old friends, so I can't give it to you. If you like it, I'll buy you another one tomorrow.
Really? I'm only joking. Here, take it.
Thank you. I'm Eric. Nice to be friends with you.
And I'm Viva. Are we neighbors now? My summer was less boring, thanks to Eric.
Here, have some orange juice. I made it for you.
Thank you. I'm about to go back to school. You will study at my school, right? You're my age. What are the chances of us being in the same class?
If that happens, we'll be neighbors and classmates, right?
That's so boring. The back-to-school season has finally arrived. Unexpectedly, Eric became my classmate. The seat next to me was empty, and he filled it in. I thought after the long summer vacation, I would forget about Henry, but it still hurt to see him happy with other people.
Hey, what are you looking at? What's wrong?
Oh no, nothing.
Have you had breakfast? You should try this cake. It's delicious. My mom made it.
Gradually, Eric and I became closer and closer. Eric has always taken care of me. Whenever I had a problem, Eric always appeared by my side and helped me.
Is that your new boyfriend? He's nice. I wish I had a boyfriend like him.
Stop talking nonsense. Eric and I are just friends. Eric is also my neighbor, so we often go together.
Is that so? Then I'll flirt with him.
Suit yourself. Seeing how close Eric and I were to each other, everyone in the class thought we were a couple. They even told us we were a good couple. So crazy. At the weekend, my class had a picnic to visit a famous ecological area and camp there overnight. Everyone was very excited about the trip. We gathered around a fire in the evening, singing and playing together. When Eric sang, we were all stunned by his natural voice. Suddenly, at the song's climax, Eric took my hand, and we moved our hands to the beat of the music. When the song ended, everyone clapped and cheered. Eric lowered his head, whispering in my ear, making my cheeks hot.
I like you very much, Viva.
Once again, I felt my heart flutter. However, I avoided Eric's feelings. From that day on, I talked and met Eric less. However, he followed me like a tail and even openly pursued me, making me uncomfortable.
Are you sick? Let me see. Oh, you have a fever. I'll take you to the infirmary.
I'm just a little tired. It's okay.
Then wait a minute.
Then, Eric ran away. Moments later, he returned with a pack of pills in hand. Seeing the sweat on Eric's forehead, I suddenly felt moved. It was the first time someone cared so much about me. When I realized I had feelings for Eric, Henry told me he loved me again.
Jen and I are friends. I still love you, Viva. Looking at that Eric laughing and talking to you all day, I can't stand it. You should be mine. I'm sorry. Give me one more chance.
What was going on? I felt so awkward. Between the two, who should I choose? Eric was mentoring me through my homework. Suddenly, Henry came out of nowhere.
The solution is too complicated to understand. Viva, you have to solve it this way. It's much simpler and easier to understand.
I stared at Henry, dumbfounded. Many times after that, Eric and Henry also competed to solve my homework. It was awkward for me to be stuck in this love triangle. My school held a sports festival. Both Henry and Eric were on their class soccer team. Of course, I had to be there to cheer for them. Taking advantage of the halftime break, Eric bought me water.
Put it on. You'll get sick like this.
I smiled shyly at Eric. Everyone around was looking at me.
You're lucky, Viva.
I didn't know how to describe my feelings at that time. Eric always cared about me, but somehow, my heart leaned towards Henry more. My class's goal was in danger. Henry and Eric were trying to get the ball from each other. Unfortunately, both tripped before the ball hit my class's goal. While the other team was celebrating their victory, my class was in uproar because Henry and Eric were injured. I ran to Henry's place without thinking much, frantically asking about him. Are you in pain? Let me take you inside to rest. As I passed Eric, I was embarrassed to see Eric looking at me with sad eyes, even though Nellie took care of him. I still felt guilty in my heart. I'm sorry. That day?
It's okay. I understand. Anyway, you two were in love before I showed up. However, I won't give up on pursuing you because you two haven't officially gotten back together yet. Happy birthday to you, Viva.
How do you know my birthday?
I know everything about you. Here, for you.
Wow, thank you.
I like you. Would you be my girlfriend? Viva, there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Let's go out tonight. It's your birthday today.
Looking at their expectant eyes, I felt hesitant, but I had to decide for myself. I shyly looked at Eric, taking his hand. Eric, the person I love is Henry. I'm sorry. I put the gift box I received in Eric's hand and ran to Henry's side. Henry smiled and opened his arm to embrace me. He put his arm around my shoulders. I happily left with Henry without thinking about how Eric suffered because of me. Henry and I were officially back together. Eric respected my decision. He no longer bothered or tried to get close to me.
How can you still be in the mood to read books? Go, follow me. There's something you must know.
Nellie pulled my arm, leading me to another classroom. I was dumbfounded when I saw Henry confessing to another girl. I angrily rushed over, snatched the bouquet from Henry's hand, and repeatedly trampled it.
What the hell are you doing, Viva?
I'm the one who should ask you this question. Why do you betray me over and over again? You said you love me, yet you treat me like this?
You're an idiot. Who wants to love you? I just find it fun to play with you.
You! I was heartbroken. How could someone I love with all my heart treat me like this? He was so cruel.
Fine, Eric. Only he truly loves you. I like him too, but he rejected me. Eric said he only has you in his heart. He's in a lot of pain.
I rushed back to classroom to find Eric. However, Eric flatly rejected me.
He just wants your attention, and you only want my attention. You two are just as greedy and selfish as each other.
But didn't Nellie say you still have feelings for me?
That's right, but you've ruined it.
Eric left, leaving me with a sea of emotions. At that moment, I knew I had lost something important because I was too ignorant and hard-headed.